Many moons had passed since the worms went to war. Onwards and upwards, bigger weapons than before. Boggy B took cover, he shivered on patrol. The arms race crazy, simply way out of control. Then his friend threw it, the latest device. Boggy B went and got it, against all advice. His tail was split, and his energy lost. How many more will this dreaded war cost? Then came the nuke and the disease tumbling down. If the bug didn't get you, you'd probably drowned. But the worms battled on, through hunger and pain, living to fight, just to victor again. And now it's the curtain call, the final onslaught. No better bullet could you possibly have bought. But spare a thought for Boggy, and with it his friend. So fight with their honor, and fight until the end.
This is the continuing saga of courage, honor, and worms. Many generations had passed since we were last witness to such a raging war. Long forgotten by creatures who dwell on the world's surface, the ongoing struggle of the worms had caused much bloodshed, as cults and clans battled on for dominance of the world. Over the years, Boggy B had seen many a bloody battle, yet still he fights on. For glory, for honor, and for his fallen friends, he must settle the score, so that future generations may live without fear of airstrikes and grenades, or face the hardship every day that the war has brought upon his world. If anything, life as a worm had become even more dangerous. Experiments had brought new and more powerful weapons to the battle. Stories of exploding bananas were used to scare the young ones from mischief. Sometimes even hardened war veterans could not hide their simmering fear. We join Clagnut, son of Spadge, as he sets out on a scouting mission behind enemy lines. The memory of his father clear in his mind, Clagnut carefully peeked over a leaf. It was then to his horror he saw his uncle Boggy B trapped in a cave, and the enemy's evil smile as he reached for the soft fruit of doom. This was the moment he had trained for since he was only half an inch long. Using the rope he had packed, Clagnut lowered himself down the hill. Primed for action, silent and deadly as only the slimiest of worms can be, he crouched down and quietly squirmed up behind his foe, prepared to make it count. At such close range, a grenade or a banana would surely make things worse. So he drew his baseball bat and struck his foe across the neck with a mighty swing. The enemy flew high and into the abyss, where Boggy then rained 3 cows upon his head. And once again, the cry was heard far across the land, "We've won the war!"
hand. Worm turned against worm, death's shadow cloaked the land. Where so many would fall, others knew they must follow, their songs of hope bereft and hollow. For one worm the day had come to take up arms and lead the front. For when he was 2, his father left, a soldier subscripted to the military draft. Fodder for the battlefields, father never returned. Now 3 years have passed, for vengeance he yearns. This young worm was gripped with fear. On the eve of battle, his mission was clear. Inches tall, and armed to the teeth, no finer soldier would the enemy meet. He'll cut them down, he'll make his mark, and then in Boggy B will strike terror in their hearts. Scrambling up a grassy knoll, he watched the battle taking its toll. With a bazooka in hand, he aimed down its sight, then fired and recoiled as the shell took flight. Chaos and carnage quickly ensued as worms fell by rank where a mushroom cloud grew. Smoke cleared from the exploding shell. Boggy B observed not all enemies were quelled. Rising out of the hole came the enemy in droves, readying their weapons, glaring up at the knoll. Suddenly there came a deafening great cry as the worms in the battle looked up to the sky. Thundering down from the heavens above, a screaming iron eagle laden with bombs. Like an avenging angel strafing the field, unleashing bomb after bomb till the enemy was killed. And who should shocked Boggy just happen to see? Why, it was Dad in the cockpit, saluting with glee. That solitary worm stood on the knoll, was joined by his comrades and General Hall. Astonished by this incredible feat, the general among them proclaimed Boggy B a hero, a saviour, the worm to end wars. And he pinned on a medal so large he fell forwards. As much as young Boggy would like the acclaim, he told of his dad and the war-ending plain. The general to Boggy, chomping on his cigar, said, "Why son, we've no planes, don't be modest, you'll go far." Could it be true? Was there really no plane? Was it Dad? Is he dead? Will I see him again? With Boggy still struggling with what he just saw, his buddies around him cheered, "We've won the war!"
Those crates may contain something useful. I nearly said awful, but I've no idea what's in it, so how would I know?